Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll have another time-lapse video. These are watercolor paintings of the mythical creatures that I did for my daughter's nursery. I really wanted to add some more interesting animals or creatures to the room, so I decided to do these three mythical creatures: unicorn, dragon, and phoenix. I don't think I've ever actually completely drawn any of these creatures. As I think my first time, I may have tried drawing unicorns. I think I have tried drawing a phoenix, but they were no way near completed drawings. Those were just really sketches. So I don't really know how to draw these type of creatures since I haven't practiced them. So this is basically what I came up with here. I would like to maybe try to practice more on these types of creatures to kind of, I don't know, make them a little more elaborate or more interesting. But these are obviously just little kind of children illustrations. So I just wanted them to be as simple as possible. But it would be really cool actually to, even do like a more realistic dragon. But that is a little intimidating. I don't know anything about dragons, and they had so much going on. That's a long process, so that will have to wait. But it would be really cool to kind of develop a more elaborate dragon or even a more elaborate phoenix. I think that the idea of a flame bird would be really interesting to play with. But yeah, so basically just a quick video on my process on painting these. Nothing too crazy or elaborate, just really simple. And I don't really have a whole lot to say about this. I do have my online shop opened at this point, and these creatures, along with the other creatures, other animals that I created on my other video, will be available on there if anybody's interested in purchasing any prints or stickers of these guys. But pretty much that's all I really have to say about the paintings themselves. So I guess I'll just talk a little bit about myself and my art journey. So as I've told you in my previous video, basically all I've ever wanted to do was art. All I've ever wanted to be was an artist. And when I wasn't making art, I was not very happy. I don't know if you would go as far as to say depressed, but when I wasn't doing art, I definitely wasn't happy. I didn't feel like I was fulfilling my life's goals or, pursuing my dreams or anything like that. And that was pretty much because, the world teaches you get a real job and something that would pay the bills, and art wasn't something that was a stable career choice. So I just worked, regular jobs. So I always felt unfulfilled. I mean, there was aspects of different jobs that I had that I liked, but overall I wasn't very happy with the way my life was going in general. And so the only way for me to really be happy was to pursue art. And there was a long period of time when I didn't do that. And it wasn't, a great time. I just worked. I just tried to make it day by day. And that's, something that's kind of normal. For a long time, I didn't create anything, and that really sets you back, I feel like. At least for me, you get out of practice, and I kind of have to build myself back up, I feel like, to the level that I was kind of remember how to do things and retrain my hand and my brain to do the things that I want to do and see things how I want to see it in order to create art. It's a little bit of a process, and I've been trying to practice and try different things and new things. I was basically trained to do more realistic things because that's kind of how the fine art world was, at least at the time. I did teach myself a lot of things and I practiced a lot, but it was all realistic things that I drew from real life or photographs to try to be as real as possible. And so now I've been trying a lot of different things and more illustrative things, and I feel like not very good at things that aren't realistic. So that's why I've been practicing them a lot and trying new things and new mediums. Like I've been doing a lot of watercolor and practicing with watercolor, even though I used to hate it and I didn't like that you couldn't control it and it was just too unpredictable. That's why I prefer to do, pencil drawings, graphite. I used to love to do, color pencil drawings because that's something that's, you put a line down and it stays there. Well, for the most part, you can erase, but for the most part, they don't move like in watercolor. And actually, I've been working a lot with watercolor lately, and I've actually come to like watercolor a lot. I do think I still need a lot of practice. There's a lot of things that I don't know how to do, or I wish I knew how to do. And I see a lot of other watercolor artists and their work and how amazing some people are. And it just takes practice to learn what it all can do. And I just want to keep practicing and getting better at different things. I used to do acrylic and some oil painting back in school, and I really liked those mediums, especially oil painting, because you can do so much. But again, I haven't worked with those mediums for a really long time, so I would be a little rusty with both and would have to kind of practice and go through a phase where I wouldn't really like what I'm doing, but you just have to keep pushing through that time, that awkward period where you're just learning something new, and just keep pushing through until you start seeing improvement. And as an artist, you're always pushing through to improve. So it's just a process, and you're always learning. And I actually like learning. I loved my art classes in college. That was actually one of my favorite times, was when I was taking art classes in college. That was where I really learned a lot and experimented and produced some things that were really cool. And you don't have to go to an art school in order to get that type of training and experience. I just took a bunch of art courses at my community college because obviously it's cheaper. I did go to university for a little while, but ended up dropping out of that because it was a lot harder than I could handle. I wasn't great with a lot of the other courses. I was really only good with art, so I had a hard time with just general classes in university. So that's why I went to community college. It saves you money, and I guess maybe it's a little easier as well. So, I didn't go to art school, and I taught myself a lot of things, so you can become good without having to pay a lot of money. I guess that's all I really have to say about that. I hope you like this video. Subscribe if you would like to see more, and I'll catch you next time.